Keep the Lie Live segment.
Keep the lie alive.
Keep the lie alive. So my Keep the Lie Alive for this episode is parents. Stop taking your kids to places that you cannot control. There was a big article or a big story that just came out not too long ago about a child that was sorry about that. That there was a child, the 8-year-old child, that went absolutely berserk on an 8-hour flight. No, he was 8. I'm sorry, he was about 5 or 6 on an 8-hour flight. And he, of course, he's screaming, he's whimpering through the 8-hour flight. And the mother of the flight cannot control him. She's asking the flight attendants if they have, aids. Can they turn off the light sooner so he could kind of calm down? Is it a way where do you have an extra tablet? Like, it's not on other people to situate your children. But I see this all the time, whether it's flights, whether it's at the movie theaters. You go to a late night movie theaters, there's a parent that thought it was a smart idea to bring their small child in this movie theater and they crying all through the movie. You see it all the time with, especially living out in Florida, you see parents just letting their kids do whatever without no supervision, without no type of making sure they are right, playing in the right areas and things of that nature. And then on flights where you basically at the mercy of that parent if they don't know how to situate them. No matter where I went as a father, I knew how to situate my daughter. I've never had my daughter anywhere from a young child where she went absolute berserk. And I didn't have control over her actions and how she was acting in public, because that's a reflection on me as a parent. That's a reflection on I don't know how to situate my child to get her calm, to get her, ready to go just by my words, especially if I give her something to do. Give her a tablet, give her this, give her that for her to calm down. So parents, stop taking your kids to places where you cannot control the outcome. We didn't ask for your kid to be there. We didn't ask for you to be on this flight with your kid, but you're here. So at least have the decency to be able to know how to control them, to know how to keep them from making a scene, from crying. You can't control a kid from crying, but from just going absolute berserk, running up and down the aisles and being untamable, always moving and being fidgety. You have to learn how to situate your children. And that's my Keep the Lie Alive for this episode. I mean, what do you think about that, bro?
I mean, I don't even got to ask you. I already know all those scenarios you just mentioned is just single mothers. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no father going to let their kid go crazy like that on no 8-hour flight, embarrassing him. You know what I'm saying? The child himself and everybody else. Like, ain't no way. So just by knowing that, I already know it's a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You need to bring the child back to his father. You created that child with that father. He was good enough to make a child with him. Now all of a sudden, he's not good enough to help you raise the child. When it's time to discipline the child, like, you know what I'm saying? We know, like, women don't never want to hear this, but by a certain age, if you have a son, he already know he can manhandle you. But we just don't do it because we love our mothers. By a certain age,
right,
is around like 10 or 11, when we just know our mothers' beatings don't affect us, their threats don't affect us, but we play the game because, it's our mothers.
Yeah.
When it comes to our fathers, there ain't no playing the game. Ain't no age where I'm gonna step to my pops and be like, nah, it's my time to shine. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no Tyreek over here, you shooting your pops and you taking over the blade. Nah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah.
But when it's your mom, it's like, nah, chill. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Chill.
To a little boy, nothing more scary than I'm gonna tell your daddy. Ain't nothing.
Women think they could do it all. No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? And this is the end result. So then Angela Bassett teach you in Boys in the Hood. About 10 years old, she was shipping Trey off to his father.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Go, little dude.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Why you think she did that?
Mm-hmm.
She can't control the little nigga no more.
Mm-hmm.
Pops ain't have to pull out no belt. He just gave Buddy responsibility. You know what I'm saying? It's your first day home. I'm helping you here. Now go rake the leaves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First day.
Yeah.
Bro didn't even get a chance to unpack his bag, nothing. Went straight to raking leaves. Sure, it's discipline. This is what boys need, son. Children need. You know what I'm saying? Discipline, regardless. It's going to come from the father, period. But with that scenario, I already know it was no father figure in that scenario. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. It's a woman thing and she could do it on her own. And why would you take your child on an 8-hour flight? Like, what she was thinking?
Oh my God.
Oh my entitlement. You just think it's all about you. Like you the only one on the flight.
Oh my God. Oh my
now,
God.
If you find private, all right, cool, do your thing. But you don't care about nobody else. You just had to take this 8-hour flight.
And you know the type of child that you have. So
you
if
know your child.
So you know you can't control your child, then you need to find.
You know you can't control your child. You know this already.
You need to find other means to travel. You need to find other means to travel, or y'all need to travel with that child's father or somebody that knows how to situate him.
Your child's father?
Simple and plain.
That's it. But when they want to do that, they want to do their own thing. I got a better play. You seen what happened to Beamer when he had a better play, right? They left him sipping his invisible juice.
Yeah, you know what's funny, right? So it was funny. So my dad would be like, what you gotta go do? And I tell him, I gotta go do this, you know, blah, blah, blah. He was like, so, Aaliyah going with you? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, nah, leave her here. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna bust this, you know, boom, boom, boom. He's like, nah, just leave her here. I wanna see it anyway. Just leave her here. All right, go bust my move. I come back, I walk through the door. Aaliyah just chilling, just as happy, just like she chilling with Pop Pop. Like, Pop Pop then situate her. Like, I'm like, what happened to the stuff that I left? He was like, oh, I didn't worry about that, man. Like, we chilling, we good. So it was I didn't walk back in the house and my daughter running around the house like a Tasmanian devil. She was situated in one area chilling, and her and my pops just chopping it up. And mind you, she was little at the time. So a 3-year-old, 4-year-old child just chopping it up. She wasn't running around wild juice and, you know, pamper wild wet. Just, you know what I'm saying? She was situated.
That's all I'm saying. Like, my daughter don't be acting wild. When my daughter was a baby, like, I'd take her everywhere. People forget she's even there. She was well-behaved child. I ain't had to do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She be right here, right under the tongue. I had her right here like this. You know
right at the top. Right at the top.
Quiet, calm. So that's when people say, oh, my child is mine. Well, your child is that.
Yeah.
Child Gucci.
Yeah.
And if nah. You know what I'm saying? So I just figured, bring the child to his father. Father figure, pop, somebody. You can't do it by yourself, obviously.
I remember
for everybody else that was on that flight, honestly.
I remember I brought my daughter to school. I brought her to Nassau one time, and they was like, "Oh my God, she acts so well. How old is she?" I'm like, "Oh, she only 3." She was like, "Oh my God, she's one of the best child I've ever seen." Like, cause she was just chilling. She no running around extraness. She was chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was good. Mind you, I didn't have a whip at the time, so we bus and train, and you know what I'm saying. We on the road again. You know what I'm saying? And she was chill. So, like them people on the flight, they paid their money. If you think of an 8-hour flight, that's an expensive flight. And the last thing you want to do on your 8-hour flight is not to be relaxed and have to deal with a screaming, wailing child for 8 hours, kicking your back of your seat and all this, that, and the third. It's like, come on, man. So, parents, stop taking your kids to places where you can't control the outcome.